Hello guys, this is X10 and welcome back to another episode of Multiplayer Mondays. Kind of a short one today. This is, I guess you could say some older footage. This was actually before, this is the game before last week's episode. So I'm still playing with the friends here. I just met up with them in this round. I joined the round late, as you can see by the tick counts there. But I do surprisingly good. Maybe not so much in the start, but at least I considered myself to be doing surprisingly good in the first little bit here. So, since it's so short, obviously I don't have that much news to cover, so I'm just gonna get it out of the way quickly, then I can actually talk about the footage here. Massive movie news recently. If you guys been following Marvel or the DC lineups and comic book adaptations and all that stuff, DC just released their giant list of movies that is going to be coming out, and Marvel's done that recently too. I'm not going to bother to explain all of them or talk about the lists or which ones I want to see. I'm kind of partial on Cyborg, mostly because it'd be interesting to see what they do with technology and stuff like that. I'm a sucker for that. But yeah, that seems interesting. I can't believe I missed that shot. It was just so ridiculously close. If you're wondering what I'm using here is the MPX? Yeah, MPX here. Doing a nice little bit of hip fire there. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of movies coming out for that soon. And if I would offer my opinion on Marvel or DC, I don't know. I'd say Marvel's heroes are better, despite the fact that my favorite superhero is Superman. I prefer Marvel's heroes, well, mostly because of Iron Man. He's my second favorite. But I don't know, the heroes always seem more clear in their moral choices, and to me that's the ideal of a hero, who's clear. But then you've got DC villains, or more primarily DC heroes, who are muddled and this is the reason why I like DC villains better than I like Marvel villains. Marvel villains, oops. Marvel villains are tame compared to DC villains. I'm gonna come right out and say it. They're tame compared to DC villains. Thanos, yeah, no. You've got nothing on any of them. Now, my reasoning is this. Because DC villains don't need giant space cosmic forces that are billions of years old, and I'm trying to find a sniper. I thought he was up on the dam, but he's not. DC doesn't need that. They just need, like, Batman villains. Batman villains are the best villains I have ever read about, or anything, essentially. I mean, every single one of them has psychological problems, and it's just so true to what it actually is like in the real world. Obviously, you don't have stuff like poisons and batarangs that curve and are guided and stuff like that. I mean, there probably is some technology about it somewhere, but yeah, we don't have that in real life. Anyway, that's my opinion on the whole thing. Feel free to disagree with me or agree with me in the comments down below. Got killed by that guy again. Speaking of snipers, I've recently unlocked the gold magnum after many tries on Caspian border. Where was I? A Firestorm 2014. I was kicking around on there, staying on the tower, trying to kill as many people as I could, and then eventually I did. So Aliens Isolation, it apparently is very, very good, and it's good from the fact that horror games suck, or at least most horror games with some substance suck. But the key right now, because society is so decent, yes, I did just use this chopper to go kill this sniper. I get taken down in a second here, but I needed to kill that sniper. What was it? Oh yeah, horror games. But horror games right now, because we're so desensitized to everything, and because horror writing is so hard, and horror game design in itself is very, very difficult. But the key to making a good horror game, at least in my opinion, probably in a lot of people's opinions too, is to use the player to your advantage. And what I mean by that is use their imagination. Imagination is the greatest and the weakest aspect of the human brain. We can think about anything we want to. We can devise creatures that aren't even physically possible. But a direct hit on that guy there. But it can also be a great problem for us too, because we can imagine things, like we can see stuff in the dark, we see that shape moving around the corner, we see those eyes in the mirror, we think that little scurrying thing across the carpet behind us was a spider. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch Commander Mode two episodes ago from this upload point. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so use that imagination of the player. Amnesia does this. At least Dark Descent did this very, very well. And just, you have something kind of scuttling around, and you use the player's imagination to make them afraid. Not have big, flashy horror things. I mean, zombies are scary, and the evil within, that looks bloody terrifying. I'd probably scream like a little girl if I played it, but I am not going to. I don't really buy into horror games. But anyway, Aliens Isolation does the whole one enemy using your imagination. You've got the fear aspect of it because you can't really do anything against it. I mean, in horror games now, it's typically zombies. So zombies is it's the craze, and you're always given like a weapon. You've got guns. It's DayZ or Evil Within or Outlast or something like that. You've always got some sort of weapon or something, essentially. But Amnesia did it very well. You don't really have a weapon. Your only weapon is to run the hell away, and that's really good horror game design, at least in my opinion. But I think a lot of people's opinion. Anyway, a couple games coming out soon. I'll talk more about them as we near their launch dates. Most notably being Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry, games like that. They're sitting in my Steam wishlist here. I've got the prices all lined up. Of course, I'm waiting till after they come out to avoid that launch day craze that always seems to happen with the Ubisoft titles. I kind of want to buy Shadow of Mordor, just because it looks very good. It's got the Batman free flow style and the Assassin's Creed style of movement, which I think is amazing. So I'll probably be buying that. Not sure whether or not I'm going to upload it. Even if I did, it would be after I get my new computer. No new series are being outputted until after I get my new computer. I'm also going to be getting Grand Theft Auto 5 when it comes out for PC. I'm also going to be buying Dishonored, and I don't know if I'm going to put gameplay out on that. Depends on essentially how good I do. Yeah. A couple games that are also on my wish list. The Arkham series, the entire Arkham series, even Arkham Origins. I thought, hell, screw it. I kind of want to figure out, like, I've been watching some trailers for it, and I think, yeah, whatever. I'm going to try it. Spec Ops: The Line, that's another thing. Deus Ex: Human Revolution. It was recommended to me by a good friend a long time ago, but never really got around to buying it or playing it, and I'm finally going to. And then there's Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army 2, and Saints Row 4. Not gonna upload Saints Row 4. I didn't upload Saints Row 3 or 4 because they're fun games and they don't typically make for any good gameplay. No offense to Good and Pause. Or sorry, Good and BOO, who did their series that I absolutely loved on it. A whole bunch of other stuff that tanked recently. Pokemon. Nintendo's just been spamming the market recently with Pokemon Nintendo, Pokemon online card game, and stuff like that. There was some production images of Halo Nightfall. I'm kind of just whipping through stuff here because we're nearing the end. There was Battlefront 3. I'm a huge fan of any Star Wars game, and especially the Star Wars Battlefront series. And there was some pre-alpha footage released for Star Wars Battlefront 3 from Fraction. I can't remember the name of their software company, but I think it was closed. And that looked cool. The sound design, obviously it was pre-alpha, so it was pretty meh. And the sound design could have been a bit better, but it was there, kind of. A lot of it is polishing. Call of Duty comes out. Advanced Warfare is the new game. It comes out soon, so we can see a whole bunch of no-scope snipe kills from that, and get a whole new bugs and twitches. I just find it fun to watch all the COD fanboys. I mean, we're all gamers, so there's that aspect, but I just find it really fun to watch them post all this stuff about it. I mean, no disrespect to any of you. I just kind of find it funny how the more hardcore and stupider of you guys... I know, like, I've played Call of Duty. I didn't like it. My friends play Call of Duty. They don't really like it, but they still play it. I'm just getting myself into crap here, so I'm gonna stop talking about it. But yeah. Oh, and I've pre-ordered Arkham Knight. I'm definitely getting that, and we're almost near the end of the video here, so I'm gonna wrap it up very quickly. Disney announced a new movie called Moana, I think, and it's from the directors of Little Mermaid and Aladdin, two very good older Disney movies, which I'm kind of excited for that, just to see how that is. Wow, they rendered it. Disney also uses a new supercomputer for rendering, which I think is awesome. Quantum computing's probably going to make it obsolete, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Speaking of crossing bridges, I think we're nearing the end of this one. Haha, that was an awesome segue, Hex. Thank you, Hex. Anyway, I would like to thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, favorite, subscribe, comments, and all the good stuff. And, oh, of course, only if you want to. And I will see you guys next time. This is the Hexagon Zero, signing out.